In a world where death is just a reset button, Mickey is an expendable, a disposable clone whose only job is to die. After his 16th death, he is supposed to wake up in the lab, good as new, his memories uploaded into a fresh body. But this time is different. He wakes up not in a sterile lab, but alone and freezing at the bottom of an icy crevasse. His comms are busted, his thermal suit is failing, and he is slowly turning into a meat popsicle. Just as he resigns himself to his fate, a voice calls out from above. It is his friend, Timo. But salvation is not what Timo offers. Spotting Mickey's pristine flamethrower, his greed takes over. He claims the rope is too short and callously tells Mickey not to worry. After all, they'll just print him a new body tomorrow anyway. Leaving with the valuable weapon, Timo asks a chilling question, a testament to the brutal reality of their world. Miraculously, Mickey 17 survives the freezing cold, and the giant creatures lurking in the dark, creatures the colonists have dubbed creepers. He stumbles back to the colony, exhausted and disoriented, only to face an impossible reality. He walks into his own room and finds himself already there. Mickey 18, freshly printed, alive and well. 2 Mickeys now exist, a direct violation of the colony's strictest law. They are multiples. The punishment is absolute. Permanent deletion for both. No more reprints. Final death. This harsh law was born from a terrifying past on Earth. A psychopath named Alan Manikova secretly printed copies of himself. While one clone committed brutal murders, the other provided a perfect alibi, throwing law enforcement into chaos. The incident created a wave of fear and revulsion, branding multiples as abominations that destroy the natural order. Faced with this grim fate, the 2 Mickeys forge a tense alliance. Mickey 18, the fresh clone, believes one of them must die. But Mickey 17, who has just stared into the abyss, has a different perspective for him. Death is no longer a simple reset. He explains that once he dies, it will be over for Fei. Mickey 18 will be the one to live on, a continuation that no longer feels like his own. The primal fear of non-existence drives them into a desperate fight for their single shared life. Their brawl is interrupted by the arrival of Mickey's girlfriend, Nasha. Her reaction, however, is not what they expect. Instead of horror, she is amused, playfully dubbing them Mild Mickey and Habanero Mickey. She had noticed their personalities were diverging with each reprint and is fascinated by this development. Nasha proposes a plan. They will share everything, split the work, split the food, and even alternate taking on the dangerous missions that lead to death. The Mickeys reluctantly agree, hiding their secret existence under Nasha's protection, forming a bizarre and precarious family unit. But their secret is immediately threatened when Kai, a fellow colonist, walks in on their strange arrangement. Horrified at witnessing a multiples violation, Kai, a loyal agent, feels it is her duty to report them to Commander Marshall. Nasha intercepts her, using her charm and wit to de-escalate the situation, assuring everyone she has it under control. Meanwhile, the colony's leader, Kenneth Marshall, is a charismatic but ruthless fanatic, obsessed with creating a pure society. At a formal dinner, his cruelty is on full display. He invites Mickey 18, fresh from the printer, only to use him as a guinea pig. The experimental food causes a violent allergic reaction, and Mickey collapses in agony. Marshall, annoyed by the disruption, tests a new painkiller on him, which only makes things worse. Frustrated, he pulls a gun, ready to execute Mickey on the spot, complaining that the blood might stain his priceless Persian rug. He sees Mickey not as a person, but as a defective product to be disposed of, a mere print job. Kai, appalled by his barbarism, steps in to defend Mickey, preventing his execution and taking him to her quarters to recover. There, grieving for her friend Jennifer, who was killed by creepers, she asks Mickey the one question everyone wants to know. What is it like to die? Mickey confesses that, despite dying so many times, it is always terrifying. The only comfort was knowing he'd wake up again. But for Jennifer, her existence is simply gone, erased from the universe. The conversation reveals Kai's vulnerability and a growing connection to Mickey. Later, Mickey 17 confronts Timo, the so-called friend who left him for dead. Fueled by betrayal and a newfound ruthlessness, he attacks Timo, dragging him to the Cycler, the ship's waste disposal unit. He intends to give Timo a taste of his own medicine, a terrifying glimpse into the fiery end he almost suffered. The intervention of Nasha and another crew member forces him to stop, framing the incident as a clumsy accident. The conflict escalates when a baby creeper is captured after an attack. Marshall, seeing an opportunity for propaganda, prepares for a public spectacle. He gathers the colonists, ready to execute the creature and rally his followers, but his speech is interrupted by a shocking revelation. One of the Mickeys runs into the hall, gun in hand, chased by security. The secret is out. There are multiples. Chaos erupts. Marshall, enraged that his ceremony is ruined, orders their immediate execution and permanent deletion. In the pandemonium, Mickey 17 reveals the biggest twist of all. The creepers aren't hostile. They rescued him from the crevasse. Marshall dismisses this, claiming they spared him only because he is recycled, spam baby, not real food. But the colony scientists confirm they exhibit signs of high intelligence and may even be capable of communication. Marshall, infuriated by the challenge to his authority, decides to prove his dominance. He tortures the baby creeper, throwing it into the cycler. In a shocking act of defiance, Nasha retrieves the creature's remains from the flames, revealing a strange connection to the aliens. Having asserted his power, Marshall devises a cruel game. He straps bombs to both Mickeys, controlled by a remote detonator. They are sent out into the snow with a primitive weapon. The task: collect 100 creeper tails. The winner lives, the loser explodes. Their screams are meant to lure the entire creeper colony into a trap, where Marshall plans to wipe them out with a newly developed nerve gas, Arcady 3.0. Thrown out into the desolate wilderness, the Mickeys are given a prototype translator by a sympathetic scientist before she is dragged away. They find the creeper colony, not to fight, but to warn them of Marshall's impending attack. Using the translator, they communicate with the Mama Creeper, the colony's matriarch. She confirms she knows Mickey's name because she has a secret, the ability to absorb memories from organic matter. The creepers are grieving. The baby Marshall killed was named Luko. They demand justice. They reveal they have another baby, Zuko, trapped on the human ship. If Zuko also dies, they will unleash a sonic weapon capable of causing total extinction. A deal is struck. One human life in exchange for Zuko's safe return. A life for a life. Peace for peace. As Marshall's fleet approaches, ready to unleash the gas, Mickey 17 relays a coded message back to Nasha. C3, bring the baby. Back on the ship, Nasha understands. She stages a daring coup, taking Marshall's wife, Ilfa, hostage and securing the baby creeper, Zuko. With the help of a loyal security agent, she overthrows Ilfa's control and races to deliver the baby back to its mother. Marshall arrives to find the creeper colony has vanished. Enraged, he spots the mama creeper and prepares to fire a rocket. Just then, the two Mickeys reappear, with Nasha arriving moments later, carrying Zuko. The baby is returned, but the deal required a human death. Marshall, seeing his victory slip away, orders his men to fire on them all, but it is too late. Mickey 18 makes the ultimate choice. He looks at Mickey 17, a silent understanding passing between them. Then, he detonates his own bomb, sacrificing himself to take out Marshall and his flitter, in a massive explosion, fulfilling the creeper's terms. 6 months later, the colony is transformed. Marshall is dead, Ilfa is institutionalized, and the old guard is in jail. Nasha, now a respected leader, presides over a ceremony to abolish the expendables program forever. The human printer is set to be destroyed, and Mickey Barnes, the sole survivor, is finally granted the one thing he never had, a singular life. He meets with the Mama Creeper one last time, who reveals their sonic weapon was just a bluff. Who said bluffing was only for humans? She jokes. In the dead of night, Mickey has one final vision. He sees Ilfa, Marshall's wife, offering him a taste of a mysterious sauce made from Marshall's cloned kidney. She whispers that this is what everyone truly wants, to bring back the supreme leader. It is a haunting reminder of the fanaticism that nearly destroyed them. But Mickey is no longer the timid clone he once was. Thinking of what his bolder self, Mickey 18, would do, he simply tells the ghosts of the past to get lost. He is no longer just an expendable, he is Mickey Barnes, a man who has faced death 17 times to finally learn what it means to truly live.